Good morning, everyone. So I am here with the Indian Express newspapers. Okay, and today's date is 9th April 2026. So let's start today's session. The news is mainly about the world, where the Trump, we all know Donald Trump, that he thinks he is the king of the world and he's going to show his superpower to this world. Okay, every day new news about his words. Every day, washed on a west line. According to youth, they speak and that create a lot of tension in everyone's mind, stress. Okay, in the economy, mainly in economy. Okay, so what the Trump says, the Trump threatens 50% tariff on countries which supply arms to Iran. Exiles hold breaths. The cabinet clears bill for women quotas in Lok Sabha and assemblies. Okay, and the delimitations to be based on census 2011 is strengthened to go up 50% to 816. Okay, moving to the another one. So India calls for lasting peace, underlying need. Okay, and it tells that the for diplomacy dialogue. Moving to the another section. Another section which tells about the this fight in Delhi. Okay, so Pakistan emerges mainly on the. So this is the news. Another one is about the CECs, which told us to get lost, says TMC MP. Election Commission heads out with straight talks. Assam Kerala vote today. Bangla Foreign Minister meet Jaishankar with Bangladesh Foreign Minister seeks return of ex-PM Sheikh Hasina. We all know the current PM of Bangladesh is Tariq Rahman, and the there are meeting on this topic where the Indian why I think Indian ambassador or the China Bangladesh PM meet and they talk about many bilateral meetings, okay, and trade agreements. Today is about the vote which is going on Assam and Kerala. In February, Hub Surat labor exists add to raw material crisis, output halved. Okay, the labor they says that the raw material which is there, it's become half. Okay, and the output which is producing there is getting low or half. Second page mainly about the detailed explanation. So read it if you want. City section it tells about the local news. Okay. So less than 3 months after techies car fell into ditch. Amity student bronze, another waterfall construction set, another drawing underground in Noida. Woman's body found stuck inside bed box. Three arrested. Delhi. Okay. So special cap push availability of LPG cylinder for migrant population. Land in the construction PIT, CM late foundation stone in 20 but project will install later. Mainly about the local news, okay? That what is happening in the local. Politics page mainly about the voting list and the voting elections that is going on Kerala, um, Assam, and the West Bengal, Tamil Nadu. I think these are the places where the elections is happening. Today election. Okay. Okay. So Main thing is about the oath that the CM of Bihar taken for the resignation, and the date of his resign is on April 14th. Ponda bypolls in Goa cancelled as High Court sets aside Election Commission notifications. Another one is about the West Asia conflict. If kept in mind, Cabinet approves 12% in hike in PNK fertilizers subsidy. Indira Gandhi aide who led revival of Congress in UP after emergency. Editorial section. There are articles. A nuclear war cannot be won, must be found. So mainly about the articles, the ceasefire must hold for the hard work of diplomacy. Waiting and watching, RBI does well to hold rates. A nuclear lead amid renewed focus on energy security. Balance must have the mandate to move swiftly against corruption. These are the articles, topics, and I am going to read it after completing all this. Assam order seeking forest protection force for poll duty. Poll duty means election poll duty. Rajnath Singh, which chairs third IGOM meeting, discusses energy prices, food security step. Oil tanker with Iranian crude heading toward India's east coast. Kotak Mahindra Bank Deputy Vice President held in rupees 150 crore fraud case. After truce, Indian embassy in Tehran asks Indian to leave Iran. MHA to state well FSL vacancies which clear the forensic backlog in 90 days. Okay, that's the important section of today's newspaper where EMIs on various loans are expected to remain stable. RBI fold repo rate sees GDP growth slowing to 6.9% in fiscal year 27. Okay, so the repo rate, which means that 5.25%, the repo rate which holds. Okay, it's the previous year's repo rate which is unchanged, and the growth of GDP is seen is 6.9% in fiscal year 27. Okay, so the expected data is given below. Stock market showed nearly 4%. Okay, the stock market, which is so nearly 4%, biggest single day gain in 11 months. Top 10% rural households own 44% land in India, said by study. RBI plans to revise bank board norm. All PSU absorbed cost limits amid India's supply push to meet power demand. 30 BPS, the GDP will generate 6.6% by World Bank for fiscal year 27. So these all are the important news. For the gold and silver, okay, here is the rate. This is the rate which is given here, US dollar per rupees, and the gold per 10 gram. So Islamabad, this is the article that I'm going to read. Islamabad channel, India must stand for peace wherever the broker may be. What is happening in the Islamabad and inside the channel? And India is standing for the peace. For what peace? The question is this. And whoever the broker may be. Okay. So if Pakistan succeed, India should be among the first to celebrate. celebrating a neighbor's mediation does not diminish our standing. In a nuclear armed neighborhood, a win for stability is a win for everyone. Okay, so this is the news which tells. So in the volatile theater of West Asian geopolitics, the script has taken an improbable turn. Improbable turn. So for decades, the corridors of power in Washington and the Tehran, which mainly were paved with mutual suspicious separated by chasm that no amount of traditional diplomacy could bridge it. As the 2026 Iran-US conflict reaches a fever pitch, the most consequential diplomatic race is being built not in Geneva or Doha, but in Islamabad, where negotiations began on Friday. Okay, so the thing is that the author is trying to say the West Asian, which is a volatile region, and this is about the conflict which is happening inside there, and the corridor power, Washington and Tehran, were paved and trusted for the mutual suspicion, were separated by chance no amount of traditional diplomacy could bridge. So the diplomatic bridge is being built not in Geneva or Doha, but in Islamabad when negotiations began on Friday. So the emergence of Pakistan as the indispensable joker in this crisis is development that demand a mature and sophisticated response from New Delhi. Okay, so while the historic reflects an establishment, its disparagement, strategic anxiety, or both, the sheer scale of current configuration US President Donald Trump threat, a threat of world civilization and cataclysm, and the malign effect of religion, all necessities a more statesman-like posture to the Pakistani PM's social media cafe in posting a message apparently drafted in Washington, and it suggested that the US may merely be using Pakistan about the ceasefire. Okay, so it's mainly about the ceasefire and what is happening, and to understand why Pakistan has suddenly become the pivot important point for the Trump administration and the Iranian leadership, one must look at the unique connectivity matrix. So it has cultivated. The main relationship between Field Marshal Asim Munir and President Trump is no longer a matter of back channel rumor, so it is an operational reality. Trump's penchant for personalized diplomacy, which is basically one overwhelming strongman archetype, has found a mate in Munir whom he called his favorite Field Marshal. So it's about the data, and the data which tells about the war and all. So please read it. I started reading it, but I just want that everyone please read it in detail so that you will get a brief idea of it. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.